Hi, this is Ruth Essex reporting for 40 Plus Style, and today I'm going to tell you a little bit more about how you can wear yellow. Now I appreciate it's not everybody's favourite colour, and when I'm doing colour consultations it is the colour that most people are likely to say, actually don't bother finding my best yellow, I'm never going to wear it. If it isn't your best colour, leave it. You don't have to wear it, but if you're tempted by it, let me show you how to differentiate between the different yellows that they are. So let me start here. Now one extreme end, you've got gold. That is a version of yellow. It's warm, so it tends to suit people with warm skin tones, but that is a very extreme end of yellow. People who look good in gold also tend to favour the warmer yellows. Now this is, it's a honeyed yellow, and this one is for the autumn palette. They call it gold. And you can see it's got yellow undertones to it, so it's actually it's got a bit of grey in it as well, but it's a warm colour, very much a warm colour. When I compare that to the yellow that's recommended for the spring palette, that is also a warm colour, but it's got more white in it, and it now makes this one look quite orangey. So on its own this looks yellow. When you compare it to another one, both warm, but this one is from the spring palette and it's a brighter colour. This is more muted. The next one here, this one it's called lemon yellow, and this is from the winter palette. Now if I compare that to the spring one, let me show you. Spring, winter. They are both bright colours these, but this is a warm colour and this is a cool colour. It's actually got more white in it, this, and also a tiny bit of blue, although you probably find that hard to discern on a camera. And the last yellow we've got here is actually a pastel yellow, and that is the colour that's can be worn by can be worn by winters, but also is the colour that comes into the summer palette. Particularly if you are an icy blonde, you would tend to look good in that one. So if I compare the icy one with the autumn one, you can see the clear difference between the two. So if you know your seasonal palette or with your tonal palette, then have a look in your swatch, because that will give you a good indication of the yellow that looks right for you. But yellows vary. If you want your yellow not to stand out too much, put it with white. They're not that far apart in terms of colour, and therefore it doesn't stand out so much. So if you're new to it or you want to try it, or you're a bit nervous of it, try yellow with white. It's not so bold. However, if you want your yellow to stand out, put it against a darker colour. I love yellow and navy, and that's how I tend to wear it most of the time. So I've got a navy and white striped jacket here. Because it is striped, it's slightly sharper, slightly brighter, so I've gone for a bright yellow scarf. Still warm, but it's brighter. If I compare that to this one, another blue jacket, but it's denim. That's also with a yellow scarf, but that one is a mustard yellow and it's more muted. Two warms, one muted and mustard, one brighter and sharper. But as you see, the mustard works better with the more muted blue there, and the brighter yellow, more daffodil yellow, looks better with the sharper navy and white stripe. When your yellow is a mustard colour, you'll find it works well with plum. And this is one of the colours that you are more likely to find in the shops in the autumn season, September's, October's. But plum and yellow works quite nicely together as an unusual combination. If you want your yellow to look sharper, wear it with black. These are only fine black lines, but the black or the darker colours make the yellow slightly sharper. This yellow is quite luminous, a harder colour to wear. By all means, if you're attracted to neon type yellows, give it a go, but you need to be fairly bright in your colouring to carry this off well. So it only really works best for springs and winter palettes. This is a soft, more lemon yellow. This one will work for the lighter spring colours and also those who are between a summer and a spring category. So they are not quite cool, not quite warm, but they suit the lighter colours. When you're picking the tone of yellow, and if you've got something you want to wear with it, one of the things to look out for is how deep the yellow is. Now if you look here, it's quite a good example. There's the pink here and the yellow. Now they are of the same depth. When they're of the same depth, they're likely to work better together. If this was very pale, the pink would fade into the back, the pink would be dominant. And if the pink was pale, then the yellow would be dominant. But here they work together because they're already the same depth of colour. And you'll find that pattern, if you want to buy yellow that's already in a pattern, they should have done this for you. Like wearing it with white, if you put yellow next to something like coral, you hardly notice the yellow in the dress. In fact, it's the blue that stands out much more. So if you wear it with a colour that's not far from it on the colour wheel, an analogous colour, then you'll find it's much more diminished. If you've got cool colouring, you'll find that yellow works well with grey or with black. And with warm colouring, this is a nice tone, very much a daffodil yellow. Again, it comes with the white dots, but a warm colour works nicely, especially this time of year actually. Now, if you don't want to do a lot of yellow, because I wear navy and white a lot, it was worth me investing in a yellow handbag. I really like yellow. I find it lifting, I find it energising, and it just adds like an exclamation mark to your outfit. So if you don't want to go all yellow in your outfit, consider an accessory. And it doesn't even need to be that bright either. I've got, going to the yellow shoe box here, I've got two pairs of yellow shoes. One is quite a bright yellow, which I like with navy and white, and this one is a softer mustard, which works well with the gold, so I'm more likely to wear that with a chocolate brown, a soft grey, or a more muted colour. So top tips: if you want to keep it, if you want to go bright, put it with clear colours. If you want to keep it softer, go for more muted colours. If you are a light colour, mix it with other pastels like I've done in this one. And if you want it to be more dominant, put it against a dark background like this. Okay, there's plenty more in the article that you'll find attached to this video, and I hope this has enlightened you and made you want to at least try yellow and see if it energises you. Okay, thank you. This is Ruth Essex reporting for 40 Plus Style.